मारुति सुजुकी इंडिया लिमिटेड। आइए देखते हैं इसका सिनेरियो, इसका स्टेटस क्या है एट द मोमेंट, और क्या हम लोग प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हैं इसके बारे में, और किस तरह से हम इसके ऊपर इन्वेस्ट करके बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट रिटर्न्स बना सकते हैं इसके ऊपर। सो हम लोग इसके ऊपर डिस्कस करेंगे, बट बिफोर वी कम ऑन टू कैरी ऑन विथ अवर डिस्कशन, I want to welcome all of you to my YouTube channel Market Trends। तो अब जैसा कि देख सकते हैं, टू बिगिन विथ सबसे पहले हमको ज़रा इंट्रो दे देना पड़ेगा ये कंपनी के बारे में, सो दैट we come to know what exactly is this company doing and what are its products or what it provides in terms of services। तो जैसे कि देख सकते हैं आप कि मारुति सुजुकी इंडिया लिमिटेड is a publicly listed company and is into automobile sectors which manufactures passenger cars. It was incorporated back in 1981, where the company was formerly known as Maruti Udyog Limited and is an Indian automobile manufacturing company. Whereas as on 1st April 2020, the company has 3,658 sales units, whereas it also has 3,864 service workshops, which are spread across India in 1,861 cities, and the number is still increasing। नो, ये था हमारा ब्रीफ इंट्रो अबाउट द कंपनी। अब नेक्स्ट लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द वैल्यूएशंस ऑफ द कंपनी। मारुति सुजुकी इंडिया लिमिटेड का मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन है 1,83,240 करोड़ and the book value is 1,636 rupees, whereas ROCE stands to be 18.51%, and the current price is 6,066, whereas the stock PE is 32.28, whereas the rate ROE, that is return on equity, is 13.32%। अगर इसकी बात करा जाए 52 वीक हाई एंड 52 वीक लो की, 7,758.70 is the 52 week high of the share, whereas it marked 4,001.10 as its low। अब आते हैं हम डिविडेंड यील्ड के पास, तो इसका डिविडेंड यील्ड है 0.99%। अगर सेल्स ग्रोथ देखा जाए तो इट रिकॉर्डेड 14.33% एज सेल ग्रोथ फॉर द पास्ट 3 years। अब अगर हम फेस वैल्यू पे आते हैं तो इट स्टैंड्स टू बी 5 रुपीज़। अब हम ज़रा आगे मूव होते हैं, इसको देखते हैं tradingview.com के चार्ट के ऊपर, जिससे कि आप देख सकते हैं ट्रेडिंग व्यू के चार्ट के ऊपर स्टॉक लास्ट ट्रेड किया है, क्लोज किया है 5,990.50 रुपीज़ पे। अगर हम इन स्पेसिफिक इंट्राडे की चार्ट देखते हैं तो देर इज ए क्वाइट लॉट ऑफ मोमेंटम ऑब्जर्व्ड विद इन इट। मार्केट ओपन हुई थी ये स्टॉक के लिए एक गैप डाउन के साथ, मगर बुलिश ट्रेंड था फर्स्ट 2 कैंडल्स में। लेटर ऑन द डे यू कुड सी अ बेरिश मूवमेंट टिल अराउंड 130, मगर 130 और 2 o'clock से पहले बोल सकते हो आप कि द मार्केट रिकवर्ड अप टू एन एक्सटेंट, बट स्टिल the bearish movement was over the bullish movement. Therefore we could see that the markets again fell. It the stock tried to cover exceptionally, but it couldn't, and eventually it ended up in red, marking 5990.50. Now this is up with the valuations. Later, coming on to the scrutiny of the quarter results, that is the quarter which was ended on March 31st, and the year was 2020, that is this recent quarter. Now, one thing to note over here is that since this is been the quarter audited for January, month of February, and up to an extent month of March also. So, and our lockdown came into effect in the ending of the March. So you can say around 22, 23, 24, something like that. The lockdown was implemented. तो ये क्वार्टर के जो रिजल्ट्स रहेंगे, आप उनको ये नहीं कंसिडर कर सकते कि दे वेर टोटली बीन अफेक्टेड बाय द लॉकडाउन सिनेरियो एज दैट इन सम अदर केसेस, बट या अप टू एन एक्सटेंट दे वेर ऑल्सो अफेक्टेड. लेकिन यहाँ पर एक और चीज़ देखने की ये है कि बिफोर लॉकडाउन, दैट इज़ pre-lockdown situation was also not favorable. The economy as a whole was in turbulence. We could see the GDP numbers going down. We could see the unemployment rate going up, and there was financial chaos even in pre-lockdown scenario. In the lockdown scenario, things have gone worse to worse, but they were also on the urge of getting worse even way before the pre-lockdown. So we can't blame the lockdown for all the mishappenings. Now coming on to another thing, and this was also seen to be an effect on the automobile sector because of the economical turbulence. And Maruti, as a very Indian company and a very trustable company of Indian in terms of automobile sector, it was something which saw a terrible effect of it. But we shall come to a conclusion only after seeing the numbers. Anyways, whatever numbers are going to be announced, जो भी अमाउंट्स मैं यहाँ पर बताऊँगा, शेयर करूँगा आपके साथ, दे विल बी इन इंडियन रुपीज़. एंड वो उसमें आप ये एक्सेप्ट कर लें कि वो मिलियंस में हैं. So the figure is in millions, whereas the currency is Indian rupees. I hope this is very much visible to you. Otherwise, I will just give it an increase a bit. Yeah, this is much more better than before. Anyways, now if you see the first one, that is revenue from operations. Over here, the revenue from operations, there are two different operations. One is sale of products and the other is other operating revenues. These two sectors are there. The first one, from the first one, we got a revenue of 1,71,857 for the present quarter, whereas for the previous quarter it was 1,96,491. And in regards to the operating revenues, we can see that it was marked 10,130 for the present quarter, whereas for the previous one it was 10,577. And now if we aggregate both the revenues, it comes around to 1,81,987 for the present quarter, and for the previous it comes around to 2,07,068. Whereas in for the other incomes it comes to 8,804, and for the previous quarter it was 7,840. Now we aggregate all the total of incomes. It comes around to 1,90,791, whereas for the previous quarter it comes to 2,14,908. Now comes the expenses. In expenses comes cost of materials consumed, purchase of stock in trade. Also comes changes in inventories of finished goods, work in progress, and stock in trade. The next one that is to be considered as an expense is employee benefit expenses, followed by finance cost, depreciation and amortization expenses, other expenses, personal vehicles and vehicles which didn't work out and they died, and also here we should even consider the products that didn't work out. Anyways, now coming on to the cost of materials consumed. We will be discussing here all the expenses one by one. So the first one is the cost of materials consumed, that is 83,136 for the current quarter, whereas it was recorded as 84,106 for the previous quarter. Now coming on to the purchases of stock in trade, it's coming 47,715 for the present quarter, and for the previous quarter it comes around to 53,431, whereas employee benefit expenses are 8,194, and in the previous quarter they were 8,670. The next is the finance cost, which is 283 for the present quarter and 217 for the previous one. The next is depreciation and amortization expenses, which is 8,230 for the present quarter and 8,580 for the previous quarter. Now coming on to the other expenses, that is 30,609 for the present quarter and 30,853 for the previous quarter. As I talked about the personal vehicles, and the vehicles that didn't work out or the products that didn't work out is 194, whereas it was recorded in the previous quarter as 287. Now if we aggregate all those expenses, it comes around to 17,036 for the present quarter, whereas for the previous quarter it was recorded as 1,94,844. Now the next thing that comes in is PBT, or we can say profit before tax. That is an amalgamation of a subtraction of total income, that to total expenses. So if we take the total income, which is 1,90,791, minus to that of total expenses, that is 1,75,036, it comes to 15,755 as for this quarter, whereas for the previous quarter it comes around to 20,064. Now after that we will be going on with the tax expenses. Over here in tax expenses comes two, that is current taxes as well as the deferred taxes. Now if we talk about the current taxes, it is 2,519 for the current year, and whereas the deferred taxes is 319 for the current year, in comparison to previous year it was 631. Now we will carry on a total of tax expenses. It comes to 2,838 for the current quarter, whereas for the previous quarter it was 4,416. And the profit for the period is going to be the subtraction between profit before tax and the total tax expenses. So having done so, we get a number of 12,917 for the current quarter, whereas for the previous quarter it would be 15,648. Now comes the other comprehensive income, Over here to discuss specifically are the items that will not be reclassified to profit or loss, that is gain or loss of defined benefit obligations and gain or loss on change in fair value of equity instrument. So having done both of them, then we get a figure of 2293 for the current quarter, whereas in the previous quarter it was a quarter 507. And rest all is something which is clearly evident. But overall we can say, no doubt the lockdown situation might have hampered the company automobile sector, and in fact everything within the country and the globe. But we can also see that the company was in bad shape even before that of the lockdown scenario. So eventually the market looked bad before the lockdown scenario. And now let's see what will happen in the future. Now if we come into the comparison between both of them, both the quarters, that is Q4 and Q3, we see that everything seems to be going down. Sales volume has decreased to 12%, whereas the net sales have decreased to 12.5%. EBIT has decreased by 41.9%. PBT is 21.5%, that is profit before tax, and the PAT, profit after tax, has reduced to 17.5%. Now if you talk about the shareholding pattern of the company, the promoters hold the maximum value, that is 56.28%, and followed by foreign institutions which hold 21.47%. Next comes the financial institutions who hold around 9.31%, followed by the mutual funds which hold 7.34%, and the public shareholding is 5.19%. Now on the next chart, before we move on, let's talk about some of the positive as well as negative points. To begin with, I think it will be much better that we start off with the positive points, on a positive note. So the first point is that the company is virtually debt free. So that's a very good point, that there might be marginal debt with the company, or we can even consider that it is completely debt free. The next point is that since past 2 years the book value per share has been improving every time. So the third point will be that the company has been paying a heavy and healthy dividend of 30.80% every time. Now comes the FII, or we can say FPI, and also the institutions, they have been increasing their shareholding in the company. So that is a positive note, that is a positive sign. And there is it is building within everyone for the company. अब आते हैं हम दूसरे पॉइंट पे, दैट इज कंपनी इज बीइंग एबल टू जनरेट नेट कैश फ्लो फॉर पास्ट 2 years, एंड एज वेल लास्टली द कंपनी हैज ज़ीरो प्रमोटर प्लेजेस. अब ये तो हो गया पूरी पॉजिटिव पॉइंट्स. अब आते हैं हम नेगेटिव पॉइंट्स की तरफ, जो कि पहला नेगेटिव पॉइंट ये है कि द अर्निंग्स इंक्लूडेड आर of other incomes of 3 costing 3452.80 crore. The ROI rate, return on equity, is declining in the past 2 years. There is also a decline in quarterly net profit year on year. There also has there been a downfall in profit margins quarter on quarter, whereas the degrowth in quarterly revenue and profit in recent results. The annual net profit has been declining for last 2 years. Now let's move on to the next one, which is return on equity. Since past 10 years, the return has been that of 15.26%, whereas in the last 5 years it has been recorded as 15.64%, and 3 years 15.56%. The numbers for last year had been 13.32, so we can 13.32%. So we can say that what we see in the returns for the past year has been something which is overwhelming. So we can say the company looks to be improving rapidly, but in an overview, that is since past 10 years, whatever data we have in front of us, we can say an approximate 14 to 15% return can be expected from this stock. And but the way it has been progressing, based on that we can say a good return can be expected, but we can benchmark it as 14 to 15% expectation in near future. So yeah, the company has as seen on the chart, the company has a support at 5665 rupees. So once it reaches and overcomes that level, and if he rebounces, then we can expect a good jump. So any short investor looking forward for a decent return, he can get himself invested over there. And over there, need not only can they invest, even the long term investors are advised to enter at those levels, because the company can fetch up good returns in near future. So this is somewhat what is my opinion. Maybe my opinion might be 100% wrong, and you might differ in in your opinion to that of my opinion. If that is the scenario, then you are most welcome to carry on with your views. But on the contrary, as a disclaimer, let me warn you that whatever I discussed over here are my views and my reviews, which might be 100% wrong. And before you make any investment or carry on any trade, I would advise you to take your own study, do your own research on it, and accordingly make any investment. And the best option will be to approach your financial advisor before making any investment or carrying any trade. In nowhere shall I be liable for any kind of monetary losses that you might arise from what you have seen in this video, if you make any kind of a trade or do any kind of investment. So I just wanted to warn you that don't make any kind of thing based on what I seem to have. Anyways, I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video and haven't yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe my channel. At the same time, click on the bell icon for timely updates. I would also request you to share the channel in your contacts, so that I get more number of people getting associated with my channel. I wish you are having a good weekend, and also do I hope to come up with another video very soon. Till then, take care and bye bye.